Hey everyone, it's me, Vinny again, back with an update from the previous video that I made on Henry Ruggs a few hours ago. First off, I want to say thank you so much for making that my most viewed vlog on Zenny62 Media. It means the world to me, and I appreciate everyone that came and watched the video. We all have your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for making that such a big achievement for me. But, as was reported for before, Henry Ruggs, Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver, as you know, yesterday morning at 3:48 a.m. Pacific time, he was involved in a DUI car crash that resulted in the death of his girlfriend, who was in the car with him. We did not know at the time, but apparently he was driving under the influence, going very fast. Resulted in her untimely and very. He faces 2 felonies and can face around 2 to 20 years in prison. A case that reminds me this case reminds me of the incident with Dante Stallworth. He could have been in prison for 15 years, but he ended up being in there for 30 days. So let's hope that Henry Ruggs, it's for the sake of the Raiders, it's as low as possible. But you know, it's a different time. This is not 2009. This is 2021, and seeing an incident like that is nothing but tragic. It is nothing but tragic and should be taken as seriously as possible for the victim's family. She is dead because her boyfriend was driving under the influence. If you're under the influence, never drive. If she's under the influence, don't let her drive too. Call an Uber, get a taxi, something, or a Lyft, anything. Call a family member, call a friend. Don't go in the car while you're under the influence. It led to this poor woman's death. She was 23 years old. She's a year older than me. She had a whole life ahead of her taken away from her because her boyfriend was under the influence. I don't know if it was beer, alcohol, illegal drugs, anything. Just, you should not be doing that. Simple as that. You should not be doing that. The car is completely totaled. I just feel so bad for the woman's family. And Henry Ruggs, and this is again another, despite the Raiders being in top of the division right now, this has been a very eventful year for the Raiders, hasn't it? First year after COVID with fans. You're winning the division, but John Gruden was forced to be let go because he was the sacrificial lamb in the email scandal. Plus, with Henry Ruggs, their star deep threat wide receiver, potentially out for maybe the whole season, potentially the rest of his life. He might never suit up for an NFL game again. He might never do it. He might just be behind bars for another 20 years. You can face at least 2 years in prison. This is over for him. This is over for him, potentially. Under the influence, driving 100 miles an hour in a Las Vegas, I think it was Las Vegas, on a Las Vegas strip. Like, come on. That's uncalled for. And people like him need to be taking accountability. And as tragic as the situation is, you know, the family's going to want some benefits. The family's going to want some money. They're going to want some rewards from it. So, assuming he's lucky in this situation, I think Henry Ruggs' time with the Raiders, or potentially his entire NFL career, might be over before we know it. And it's just, or at least on indefinite hold. He is a very talented player. He was taken in the first round, early in the first round last year for good reason. It's because the guy has speed and he can catch the ball very, very well. And it's just, I wish I could put into words. It just feels so tragic, and I just feel so bad for everyone involved. Because the Raiders fans don't need to go through this yet again. They had the group having their team in negative headlines again. That's not something that no one wants to see. Especially if you're the Raiders and you're dealing with all this stuff. You're trying to make the playoffs this year. You have a winning record. Potentially you get your first winning record. The second time you get a winning record since you made it to the Super Bowl in 2002. you might win the division, especially with how the Chiefs have looked kind of sloppy and the Chargers are really your only competition potentially. You could win the division. You could host a playoff game in Allegiant Stadium. This could be very, very big. But instead, it's another distraction considering how Henry Ruggs, like I said, his career might just be over before we know it. And the Raiders are going to have to find a replacement somehow. I got to see who the free agents are, but considering that Ruggs probably won't be suited up to play next week, considering his court hearings, you're going to have to get someone off the scrap heap, or very worse, you could at least move people up from their depth chart. Like, it's going to be absolutely crazy and insane, and I don't know the legal ramifications of it, but we all know that the sports, the Raiders, that's irrelevant. This is a case involving a notable individual who is potentially facing a couple decades behind bars because he didn't know when to put the bottle down and resulted in his girlfriend getting killed. That's why. That's the reason why. Forget all the football talk. We can talk about that another time. But right now, this is about Henry Ruggs. It's about Henry Ruggs. Simple as that. It's about Henry Ruggs and what he did. I don't think he's a bad dude. I think he's a chill dude anyway. Raider, he's a great player, great wide receiver. But, you know, he did a stupid action. And, you know, you do stupid actions that, of course, cost someone's life. You're gonna face consequences for it. Could be a month, could be a year, who knows? Who knows? But we know that he's probably not going to be playing for at least November, or at least this week. I'm not going to be able to settle this. It's just impossible at this point. I want to know what you guys think. What do you want the news involving Henry Ruggs? How long do you think he's going to potentially be in prison for? Do you think he's going to go to prison? And do you think this is it for the Raiders season? Or do you think they're still going to be fine regardless? And, you know, even without Ruggs, they're still going to be fine. It's going to be just the same with Rick Bashia instead of Gruden. Like, how is this going to be for the Raiders? What do you guys think? I want to know your answers. In the comments below, please tell me what you think of it. Make sure you hit like on this video. Hit subscribe for more content from Zenny62 Media. Hit notification bell for more. We have all info on the Las Vegas Raiders, the Oakland Athletics, the Golden State Warriors, all things Oakland, California. We are the channel here for you, the fans, and the people of the city. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and let's see who wins Game 6 of the World Series. Wait, don't kill me about the issues in the drinking and his inability. Oh, absolutely. Yes, I was his girlfriend. Anyway, guys, thanks for speaking. And I'll take... And, wait. Actually, I'm noticing a little bit more few people. But, yeah. That's the whole situation. If you guys want to see what else I said, check out my other video on Zenny62 Media. Like I said, I'm almost at 1,000. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. But anyway, guys, I have to go. I'll speak to you guys again soon. Anyways, peace out. Stay safe, everyone.